So in one of my recent videos, I showed you my new treadmill and explained a few of the reasons as to why I bought it. And so in this video, I want to share with you my experience of running on Zwift for the first time. So let's jump onto the treadmill now and see how it went. So I picked a good day to actually do this as it was really warm outside, so I could have the garage door open behind me and I had a fan in front blowing the cool air straight into my face. Now this wasn't a particular session or anything like that, just a recovery 5k, as I'd done a relatively hard park run a few days prior and then a pretty hard actually 10k in the heat just yesterday. So yeah, just a recovery run today. My goal pace was around 6-minute kilometers and I wanted to stay in zone 2 heart rate as much as possible, ideally for the entire run. Now if you're curious as to what I'm using to actually be able to run on Zwift, make sure you're subscribed as I'll have a dedicated video on my setup coming out soon. So I set the treadmill to run at 10 kilometers per hour, 6-kilometer pace, and that was pretty spot on for the first 500 meters or so. Then things started to change a bit as the pace on Zwift was somehow getting faster, yet I hadn't touched the treadmill at all. The Zwift pace peaked at, I think it was like 5:27 kilometers, which is quite a big difference when you consider it was initially 6-minute kilometers with the treadmill still at 10 kilometers per hour. So at this point I thought I'd experiment a bit and bring down the pace on the treadmill. After hitting the 3-kilometer mark, I dropped the treadmill pace down to 9.5 kilometers per hour to see how that would influence Zwift. It did come down initially closer to 6-minute kilometers, but then was going up and down a lot as if I hadn't changed the pace at all. At the 4-kilometer mark, I dropped the speed on the treadmill down again to 9 kilometers per hour, which in Zwift should have been 6:30 kilometers. Of course, this wasn't a reality, with the pace on Zwift fluctuating between 6:11 kilometers and 5:44 kilometers. The run finished with an average pace of 5:48 kilometers, bearing in mind it takes a few seconds to get the treadmill up to speed and then again to stop it at the end of the run. Now towards the end of the run, I was thinking that the treadmill and Zwift are around 1 kilometer per hour out from each other. So if I wanted to run at 6-minute kilometers on Zwift, I'd need to set the treadmill to 9 kilometers per hour. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm gonna have to go and do a bit of research and experiment a bit more to find a way of improving the accuracy of it. Now it could be down to how the treadmill is actually interfacing with Zwift. I'm using the virtual run feature on my Garmin Fenix watch, and so I'm wondering if my arm movement is actually an influencing factor. For example, I noticed the pace change pretty much straight away whenever I used my left hand to reach over for my towel or a water bottle. Now this got me thinking as to whether something like a foot pod may be more accurate and worth giving a try. But then again, am I particularly worried about the pace being off? At the moment, I don't think so. As I explained in my previous video, the treadmill is by no means replacing outdoor running. It's used to supplement it. So buying another piece of equipment just to improve the accuracy of it, at the moment doesn't seem worth it to me. Now if you run on Zwift yourself, let me know in the comments below, let me know what kit you're using and how accurate you find it to be. So thank you so much for watching this one, I hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. The next video will probably be a full day of triathlon training as I haven't done one in a while, or it could be an overview of my treadmill setup showing you exactly what I use to run on Zwift. So make sure you're subscribed to see that one when it comes out. Thanks again for watching and I'll catch you next time.